If you are Outbreak shiny hunting in Pokemon Legends Arceus, do not ignore the alpha Pokemon. Let's dive in.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we're talking Pokemon Legends Arceus shiny hunting with the Outbreak method that many of us have been using for the last couple weeks, and ultimately finding a tremendous amount of luck with shiny Pokemon. However, there's been some discoveries, and actually this is something we knew quite a bit ago, but I don't really see a ton of people talking about it, about how the Outbreak method works and how shiny spawns can be regarding alpha Pokemon. So we're gonna kind of break that down. So be sure to hit that like button down below, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, so you don't miss out on our epic Pokemon Legends Arceus content. Without further ado, let's talk shiny hunting, let's talk alpha Pokemon, and everything in between. Oh, and if you haven't done so yet, feel free to head over to teamshiny.com and pick up some awesome merch. We got amazing designs there, and you can use code Arceus to get 15% off to deck out your closet right now. Okay, so this originally kind of actually started many weeks ago from a user named Black, which I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we're gonna look at Anubis or Sabuna_Switch, who's been someone who's done a ton of research in this game, and they have come out and said that Outbreaks can only have one alpha Pokemon spawned at a time. As long as the alpha remains in the field, no more alphas can be spawned. So it's advantageous to catch or KO random alphas so more Pokemon can spawn. This applies to other spawners as well. And like I said, this is something that we kind of found out weeks ago, but it's very difficult to replicate. But basically what happens is, let's say you're doing an outbreak and there's an alpha on the field and you choose to ignore it, and then a shiny pops up a few encounters later as part of that outbreak. There's a chance that that shiny could have been alpha if you had removed the alpha that was already there. So basically an outbreak is only gonna generate one alpha at a time, but it can generate multiple alphas, and it doesn't seem that there's any way to manipulate this to ultimately get a shiny alpha, but you wanna make sure you get rid of the alpha first, so that way if your shiny was supposed to be alpha, it actually will be. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's take a look at the footage here, because I think this kind of displays it pretty well. So you see they've got this alpha shiny Zora over here. They're catching, going through the process of testing here. This must have taken a long time to test this to get this footage here. And then another shiny Zora is gonna pop up there. So now we have an alpha shiny and we have a regular shiny Zora right here. And then now they get to it says you found the mass outbreak that's reported. They're gonna catch the alpha shiny this time. So it looks like they arrived at this. Then you get the second Zora, right? Which is shiny. And then I believe they're able to get an alpha one to pop up, if I'm not mistaken. Or they're just displaying that you have to, oh, it is alpha. It is alpha. So there you go. So that shows that right there. So they show up at this outbreak. They have an alpha shiny right here, right? Just to explain one more time. And then after they catch it, another one pops up. But in the first instance, where the alpha shiny was already here, after they catch it, a regular non-alpha shiny pops up. I can't even imagine how long it took to get this to actually show up exactly this way. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'll show you guys kind of the footage that originally sparked this, going back to like the end of January. I think it's worth noting that Anubis also says that outbreaks have their own individual spawners. So alpha Pokemon and other spawners that are not a part of the outbreak do not prevent the outbreak spawner from giving you alphas. So even if there's like another species with an alpha right nearby, that has nothing to do with it. You don't have to worry about clearing alphas around the map. It has nothing to do with it. It's strictly focused on the outbreak itself. So this is the video from Black, and this goes back to January 29th, and I remember actually talking with Black about this exact instance, and I hadn't really covered it because there wasn't seemingly any way to manipulate it or give you any sort of increased chances or anything like that. There's no way to make it so your shiny is going to be alpha. The key really, it does come down to ensuring that you don't leave an alpha on the field, so that way if your shiny was supposed to be alpha, that it actually would be. So we'll see that Black is gonna roll up on this outbreak, right? A little bit different. I think the previous example was really good. There's an alpha Eevee right here that was already there, and they're gonna continue to do this. They're gonna ultimately get the shiny Eevee to pop up. We'll see it pop up here in just a second as I jump around this video. There's the alpha one, and the shiny one's gonna pop up in just a moment, and they're gonna end up failing it, right? So there's the shiny one, there's the alpha one. They're gonna end up failing this thing. They're not able to get it, the Eevee's gonna run away, and they're gonna have to restart and do the outbreak again, which is fine. But this time, Black is going to go up to it, and they're gonna go after the alpha one first. They're gonna catch the alpha one, and then that allowed, when the shiny one popped up, for the shiny one to be alpha. And there it is, right there. So again, the Outbreak can only have one alpha at a time in that particular Outbreak. So again, there's no way to make it so you're gonna guarantee get an alpha shiny, but you at least give yourself a chance to get an alpha shiny if you remove the alpha from the Outbreak first. I think it's also worth noting that Anubis has also pointed out that there's a lot of misinformation regarding whether you catch Pokemon or kill Pokemon, or knock them out rather, and how that influences shiny chance. It seems as though there is some mechanics that change the chance of getting a shiny based on whether or not you're battling multiple Pokemon at once, but when you isolate them versus catch and capture, or capture and KO, it seems to have no impact on it. So I wouldn't really stress about that. The safest bet is simply catch it. You could always use Apricorns and Mud Balls, and it's generally the most efficient anyway, so that would be my recommendation. And this is something else I wanted to mention that I don't think is worth like an entirely new video, but I thought it was really cool. Anubis, again, doing more research, saying that you can actually push a wild Pokemon in circles around yours while doing a battle. You can actually push a shiny, essentially, or anything, all the way to a different location and have a new Met location. So they're saying, I wonder how far you can go. Can Zoroark be dunked in the hot springs? So this is kind of cool. In previous games, obviously, Pokemon were defined by the location that they spawn in, and that's where you catch them. But through this little mechanic here, you can push Pokemon to have different capture locations. How useful that is, I don't know, but I do think it would be cool if you would get like a shiny Zoroark found in the hot springs. That could be kind of cool. I don't know how the game's gonna flag that down the road, right? Like, let's say you transfer it, if the game's gonna consider that illegitimate like 5 years from now in a tournament or something. But I find it fascinating that that's kind of a feature that you can do. So something worth noting, if you wanted to push your shiny all the way to a different location so you can have a cool different text on it, then by all means do you. So that's the rundown on why you want to knock out or catch the alpha Pokemon in an Outbreak while you're shiny hunting, because you don't want to miss out on a chance of actually getting an Outbreak shiny. This is a very specific instance that, you know, probably isn't going to be too applicable, but just remember, if you're doing an Outbreak, just get rid of the alpha first. That way, if a shiny does pop up, it has a chance to be shiny and alpha at the same time, because if there's an alpha already on the field, you're not going to get another alpha. Therefore, you're removing your chance of getting a shiny alpha in that particular Outbreak. Hopefully this video was helpful. Big shouts to the homies who helped make this happen. Sabuna_Switch, and of course Black, who actually had the footage going back weeks ago. But again, I held off on making this video because I just more research to be done ultimately. Be sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new so you don't miss out on our epic Pokemon content. And feel free to check out teamshiny.com, pick up some sweet merch today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Pikachu.